He didn't ever created them to till the land. He didn't create Adam to till the land. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? You sure about that? Let me ask you something. Do y'all have Bibles? And if you do y'all be reading them? Do y'all be reading them? Or you just go to church on Sunday, listen to what that man saying in the pulpit to get all your money, be lying and shit? Okay. For that, if you do not have a Bible, or if you do and you don't read it, for this occasion, for this specifically, we gonna read this shit together, okay? And I have a couple Bibles. Some got my name on it. For this though, I'm gonna bring out my special occasion Bible, okay? This is a special edition. Here's my Bible right here. It is covered in the United States Army fatigue to represent exactly what this is, a war manual, okay? This is a military industrial complex war manual. That's why it's covered in fatigue, okay? It is the war manual on how to colonize, enslave, go across, build a nation, stuff, stealing people's land, doing all kind of shit, okay? Supremacy Guide 101. Everything you can think about how to subjugate, how to oppress is right in here, okay? Patriarchy, misogyny, all types of shit, everything you can think. And we're gonna read this shit together without interpretation. We're just gonna use basic ass comprehension of Supremacy 101. So let's read. And we're gonna start at the very beginning in basic training. Okay, boom. And for aesthetic purposes, please notice the backdrop of wool that is to represent the Lamb of Jesus Christ. Okay, my God. Genesis 2:5. Before any plant of the field was in the earth, and before any herb of the field had grown, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. Read that again. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a mist went up from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. Genesis 2:5. What is going on? God does not have a man to till the ground. What does he do right after that? He creates a man. Why did he create the man? Because he had no man to till the ground. So why did he create the man? He created the man to till the ground. He already established here he didn't have a man to till the ground, right? So then he created the man. Then he created the man because he didn't have one. He created the man to till the ground. That is simple comprehension. You don't need no interpretation. You don't believe me? Okay, let's go to Genesis 2:15. Then the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to tend and keep it. He put that motherfucker on a fucking plantation. Put that motherfucker on a plantation. Put that motherfucker right on the plantation. You know what the first thing he did after he put that man on the plantation? After he put the man there to till and tend and keep the land? This is what he said. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day that you eat of it, you shall surely die. You know who else punished us with death for gaining knowledge and shit? The slave masters. Like I said, it was a motherfucking plantation. End of the day, that's what this manual is, by the way. It is a war tactic manual by a war god, to give you instructions on how to colonize, oppress, subjugate, dominate, and enslave. That's what it did. That's what this is. This guy was a slave master at the end of the day, and this manual actually was given out, spread across, okay, to create an army. Create an army like the United States to go around colonizing everybody, by the way, and then created an army of niggas that went around chasing other people that was trying to run off the plantation that gained the knowledge, that went around chasing motherfuckers that was trying to run off after gaining education, run off the plantation, around chasing other people that actually gained the knowledge and ran off the fucking plantation, okay, went off the fucking plantation, and chasing them in the fucking woods trying to ask them for freedom papers. Chasing them off to the fucking woods asking for freedom papers, which they classified as evangelizing. It's evangelizing. Which, by the way, is just a black ops operation to teach you how to subjugate, oppress, and colonize. For this God. Who, by the way, like I said, in description, from basic training all the way to retirement, was the first representation of a slave master. And the Garden of Eden, once again, was the first fucking plantation. Okay? And by the way, just to let you know, I don't believe any of this shit, okay? I don't believe any of this shit. I believe this shit just as much as I believe that Peter then walked that fucking wardrobe and went to Narnia and started talking to beavers and shit. Okay? Have a nice day. Everything about how you think you can subjugate and oppress. War manual, like I said, the war manual, the military industrial complex war manual right here. We're gonna start at basic training.